What's up, good people, on this late night? So, I just wanted to do a recap, which I was supposed to do earlier, about the Celtics and the Cavs. Now, I did a halftime, breakdown, but it was mainly talking about Donovan and Brunson. But yeah, I want to do a breakdown for this one. All right, so we had the Celtics versus the Cavaliers. Now I already know the Celtics is going to win this series because they don't have anybody that can stop Jalen Brown. They don't have anybody that can stop Tatum. All right, so basically, man, I think that this series right here is a foregone conclusion. But also, man, Donovan Mitchell, as I've been giving him high praise, he's done a lot, right? But I think this is where the train stopped because you got the Boston Celtics, who is basically elite on the defensive end. So the supporting cast for Donovan Mitchell, I don't think that they're going to be enough. I think that a lot of them are afraid of the moment. And not only that, they are not Orlando Magics. They are a lockdown defensive team, and they're going to have to score points. Not only can Celtics score, but they are a really good defending team. Then you got Holiday, you got Tatum, you got Jalen Brown, you got Horford, you got all these players that can literally play lockdown defense. And that's basically going to be the nemesis or the crutch or the thing that just basically get the Cleveland Cavaliers out of here. They're not going to be able to score enough points versus the Celtics. You see, they couldn't even score 100 points in this game. And you see, Donovan Mitchell was very hot. Tonight, he scored 32 points, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't nearly enough. So, therefore, um, I say Garland, all them, they have to get going, and you got to be consistent with it. I say that they need to take a page out of the Miami Heat book when they end up winning in Boston, because even though I think um, Donovan Mitchell been on one, he's been taking over the team. It's going to be a lot harder for this team because they can match up in any type of way that you want them to. They can um, guard the perimeter. They can have a big man, play down low. They got a couple big men. They got Porzingis, they got Horford, they got other players that can play, play the big. But Cleveland don't have that. So the fact that they beat Orlando Magic, that was cool. That's kudos to them. I gave Donovan Mitchell all his praise, but I think the train stopped here because first of all, let me read some of these stats. All right, so they had damn near 50% shooting. They made 18 three-pointers. You're not going to beat a Boston if they're able to make 18 3-point shots and y'all only make 11. That's just not going to be a winning formula. Okay, so basically, man, I think that this series right here is a foregone conclusion. I think that there's nothing Cleveland can do, even though I don't want to take away credit from them because they got there. They got to the second round. But this is something that I don't think the coach is going to be able to coach their way out of. I know this is um, just something that happens when you get to the playoff. You might have a bad night. I don't think this is just going to be a bad night. It's not. Also, man, if y'all new to the channel and y'all like the content, turn out to like it, definitely hit the subscribe button. But I don't think that there's going to be anything that someone can do to coach the Cleveland Cavaliers with those caliber of players to be victorious towards the Boston Celtics. Now, I would say this: Donovan Mitchell have been nothing short than stellar, but it ain't gonna be enough. He's not going to be able to get to the hole the way he did. All his shots going to be contested, and then the other players will be locked down. So it's not like the Orlando Magic when they were kind of letting him get to the hole, at will. When he, shot the ball, they was able to get second chance points. And speaking of second chance points, um, I want to say that they got 13 rebounds, 13 offensive rebounds. Y'all know that's a recipe for disaster. All right. That's just plain. That's just, if you want to lose, let them get 13 second chance points. And so the other thing, Boston had a lot of blocks. They can protect the rim. And that's where Donovan Mitchell thrives at. Like I said, he basically led every category, but you can't do it by yourself, especially versus, the Boston Celtics. Now, I don't think that the Boston is going to win the whole thing. I'm going to be honest with you. That choking gene is going to kick in at some point. And I'll say this. If they end up playing versus the Timberwolves, I think they lose versus the Timberwolves. But if they play a team like the OKC Thunders, then I think they can pretty much beat that team. But if they play either Denver or the OKC, I think it's going to be a long night for Boston. But if they able to get past, this team, I think they do well. But man, come on now, Donovan Mitchell, he's good, but you can't do it by yourself. Everybody know that. You can never do it by yourself. You need help, and he's not going to get that help that he's looking for. He's really playing with, subpar players. And I hate to say that because they made it to the NBA. But, I think the moment is too big for all the rest of the players. So, you know, they're gonna give some resistance, but I think every game is damn near gonna be lost by at least 10 points because there's nothing that the Cleveland Cavaliers can pretty much do to that team. You know what I'm saying? So, and not only that, worst thing that could have happened, the worst thing that could have happened um, for the Cleveland Cavaliers is Boston losing to the Miami Heat. Now they're not going to slip up and allow you to take home court advantage. They're not going to do that. So therefore, I think they win both home games. Possibly they're going to get one at the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're going to get one of them, and I think they're going to do a gentleman's sweep. You know, either team that was going to play versus the Boston Celtics, this was going to be the outcome. And it just so happened Donovan Mitchell, he has a experience in the playoffs, but all the rest of his supporting cast are very young. And so I don't think he's going to get what he's looking for. They might be looking good in spurts, but they're not going to stay consistent. So therefore, I believe that this series might go 4-0 or 4-1. So it might be a gentleman's sweep. But yeah, man, that's really all I have for now. I just wanted to give like a slight breakdown, far as for the game. I said this already. I said that the Cleveland Cavaliers basically did a good job. They got to the second round, but this is where the train ends. They're not going to do well in this series. And I think that basically they headed in the right direction, but they don't have enough pieces to compete with the Boston Celtics if Boston Celtics decide to play their full game to their full potential. And if they taking them for granted, then I see a chance for Cleveland. But I don't see that happening, being that they lost to the Miami Heat. So therefore, if you guys like the content, y'all want to support the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. Also, you know, I just appreciate the fact that y'all came in and, listened to the content. And, that's all I can ask for. Thank y'all for tuning in, though. I'm out.